Bud, your recruiting program now is starting for basketball because the basketball season will be starting. How lucky have you been so far on the boys you've been trying to obtain?
Well, so far I'm happy to say that we have signed 4 boys.
You have 4 coming to Ball State right now. Okay.
Right. And we have a couple more, and I think a couple of days we'll have
on the
more.
string. We'll find out about later. Does basketball season with these and the players you have coming up from the freshman team last year look pretty exciting to you next year?
Well, we hope so. We've already met with the boys planning for next year, and they're quite excited, quite enthusiastic about everything.
Well, who are the boys coming now, the 4 that you know of?
The 4 boys that we have already recruited is the first boy is Steve Yeager from Galion, Ohio, and he's a 6'7" boy. Interesting thing about him, he's a boy that's growing rapidly, and he's grown 6 inches in the last 2 years. And he's a boy that we think will develop in a couple of years into being a fine college ball player. And he was leading rebounder on his team and a pretty good scorer and captain.
Height is something you need.
Right. And this Diego, I ought to say this, that he's already admitted on distinction at Ball State, which means he's an A student, top boy.
All right. Number 2.
Well, Jim Reginald, the boy from Madison Heights and Anderson, and he was one of the key boys in their sectional championship team.
A good scorer.
Yes,
Yeah,
and he's a boy that's been handicapped with an injury this year, and was scoring around 23 points a ball game before he was hurt, and ended up around 19 points. And he's a fine guard.
Good, lucky to get him. Yeah.
I think so. He's a fine competitor.
Okay, number 3.
Well, number 3 is boys the second leading scorer in the Fort Wayne area, Dick Smith, and he's a 6'3" guard. And he's a boy that played for Fort Wayne Snyder.
Real blue chipper there, right?
Well, he's a good boy.
Yeah.
He's a good outside shot, and I think he's still growing.
Good, you can get some more height there. And then number 4.
Well, number 4 we're kind of happy to announce because he's a Muncie boy, and this is Corby Sheffield from Burris. And needless to say, he's probably one of the finest ball players in the city this year.
And by sheer luck, he just happens to be sitting next to us. That's really amazing that he would happen to come in the studio at this time. And Corby, everybody, I'm sure, is real happy that you decided to go to Ball State. You have been said to be, and if your head gets too big, well, I'll stop right here, but said to be probably the best player in our area around here. Now, you also excel in track and field events, isn't it?
Yes.
Track events and everything. Well-rounded athlete. How do you feel about going to Ball State?
Well, I'm very happy to be there and on a grant and aid for basketball. I think Mr. Getchell here is a fine coach, and I don't know too much about him, but I'm looking forward to play under him.
Now, your freshman coach, do you know who the freshman coach is?
They don't know yet.
They don't have one assigned, but you'll be playing freshman ball and then move on varsity.
Yes.
Well, very good. What was your average in high school?
It was about 19 points a game.
Yeah.
It was around in there someplace.
Well, good. We're really happy to have you going to Ball State. Finally seeing some Muncie players stay in Muncie for a change. They always leave, don't they?
That's right.
Pretty sad, really. Well, Bud, Corby, thank you very much. We appreciate your coming out, and you'll have the other 2 players announced later, right?
In a couple of days.
Okay.
We're pretty high on a couple
Good.
more.
Thank you both.
Mm-hmm.